Think about a human life. Starts out with birth. You go from infant to toddler, from toddler to teenager. Does a teenager operate the same way as a toddler? If a teenager, you give them the keys to the car and say, drive 50 miles an hour, what will they do? Drive as fast as they can, right? And that's what happens to entrepreneurs when they get in that stage. If you don't understand this, you're gonna do the right thing at the wrong time. See, if you plant in the winter, it doesn't matter how much you believe or how hard you work, it's not gonna happen. So you have to understand the timing of what's going on. Both industries have a timing of growth, and your company does. Many of you, this is not being offensive because I hope you feel my love for you. If you took the risk to start your own business, my respect for you is here because you're this percentage of the population and you employ everybody else. And if you're working in a company and you're not there yet, but you even have that aspiration, I respect you. I can tell you this because I've done this. I was a business operator for more than a decade. I worked my guts out and I was always stressed out because I was doing it all. And I would let certain people do things, but I'd always upset, criticize, they didn't do it well. And so I was trapped. I was in the founder's trap. In that trap, you can't grow because there's no leverage. The only way out of it is to start developing some people. Success in business, in life, is the result of one thing: good judgment. You make good decisions, you're gonna crush it. Now the problem is, are you always gonna make good decisions? Are the people you hire who are maybe not yet as skilled or talented in this area as you, are they gonna make bad decisions? Yes, and most of your good decisions came because good decisions are the result of experience. Experience is often the result of bad decisions. So you have to have them be able to fail and still support, or you'll never have a business. If you can learn faster than other people, and you can if you recognize patterns, learn to use them, you do that, you'll dominate. If you try not to make a mistake, it's already over for you because the tempo will not allow you to go without making a mistake. And let me give you the rules of engagement if you want to be effective here. First of all, number one rule of engagement is energy. If you don't keep that energy, you can forget it. Engagement equals profit. The more engaged your team members are in the business, more actively engaged using all they got, every statistic shows those companies are the most profitable. I can tell you 3 ways right now to grow any business. Any business. You have to know who is your ideal customer. Who's gonna stay with you when the economy goes through the floor? Who's gonna keep buying? Who loves your product enough they'll tell everybody else about it online? You need an irresistible offer. You need an irresistible offer, an offer that is so incredibly good that people go, I'd be an idiot not to at least try it. If you have an irresistible offer, you're gonna win. And then I'll give you the 3rd step, over-deliver. Do more than you promise. If you do more for people than you promise, and you've had an irresistible offer and it meets their deepest needs because you know who they are, you're gonna build an incredible company. If you wanna grow any business, who is your ideal customer? You should be able to articulate that with precision. You should know more about them than they know about themselves. I always say, by the way, life is the dance between what you desire most and what you fear most. That's where people live, those 2 posts. So if I know what you want most, desire most, and what you fear most, I know your wounds, I know your opportunities, I know how to deliver for you. I can come up with an irresistible offer. And by the way, if you want to expand your life, expand your desires and shrink your fears and your world gets bigger. So that's it. Did you ever notice how your energy gets low, you get more negative? Right? Your mind can think of all the problems, all the challenges. Energy's high, it happens, you just solve it. There are lots of moving parts in any business. Most people are good at certain parts of it, so they focus on the parts they're good at. And they don't focus on the parts they're not so good at. And that's how you get bit. That's how you end up in trouble in a business. Most people who are business creators don't give a about accounting. But if you don't understand it, and if you don't manage it, if you don't lead it, and you just hire somebody else, your entire destiny could be in somebody else's hands, and you don't have the information you need because you're not educated. You're gonna crash. From this moment on, in terms of what we're gonna accomplish here, it's gonna be about learning every pattern we can, and you wanna notice your own patterns. Like what makes you feel depressed or deflated or overwhelmed or stressed out so you can change it quickly. You don't wanna let the world trigger you. People are gonna do whatever they do. Your job is to get rid of your triggers so you're in charge, so you're not in reaction. The game of business is a really interesting game because in order to get in this game and really be successful, you have to be a gladiator. You got to be someone that no matter what happens, you're not going down, even though all the odds are against you. This is a game called business where the more you play, the more likely you die. What percentage of businesses are gone in the first year? Do you remember? Do you know? 50% of businesses today. So the more you play, the more likely you die. So what makes you a gladiator? The odds are against you and you go, I don't care. Everyone else is dying today, not me. It doesn't matter the odds are against me. It doesn't matter what shows up. It doesn't matter it's wintertime. It doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter who my competition is. I will find the way or make the way. Bro, we have to expand. That's why business is the ultimate spiritual game. The way you get wealthy is you do more for others than anybody else in the marketplace over and over again, and you build a brand. And when you have a brand, people get on their knees at 7-Eleven and reach around something else to get a Coke. When you're the brand, you dominate completely. But to get there, you got to face all those pieces and you got to add value. So what does every religion on earth teach? Some version of treat thy neighbor, love thy neighbor. But if we fall in love with our clients, not our product or service, because your product and service has a short lifespan today. So you have to find the barrier. The ultimate barrier is building clients that are raving fans. Clients. When Apple almost went under, I can remember at my companies, everybody wanted to change to IBM, to Microsoft, and I was like, okay, we have to because Apple software can't do anything anymore, but my team, which is my creative team, is keeping Apple. And people like us is what kept Apple alive because we were raving fans. They'd been so good for so long, we stayed with them, and then they turned around and then became the dominant force in the world. Your goal is to get to that point, but to do that, you gotta be the gladiator. There's two patterns that are most important in business. If you said, what is business? It's two things, innovation and marketing. Now, what does it mean to innovate? Innovation simply means finding a better way to meet your customers' needs. That better way might be faster, quicker, easier, it might be cheaper, it might be more expensive because it meets one of their needs to own something quality. Some people buy based on relationship. Some people, they buy for variety. They want to try different things all the time. Some people buy because the product makes them significant, makes them important, makes them special. People that value significance the most will overpay for it, and they're more than happy to do because they want to feel special and unique more than anything else on earth. The fourth need, some people do it based on connection or love. Some people do it on certainty. They want the same product over. Some people want it because product's going to make them grow. So part of innovating is meeting their needs better than anybody else. Marketing is getting to want to do business with you, want to seek you out, want to find the way. If you can innovate and market, you have a company like Apple because they keep making the better product, but they're also the best marketers. Is it easier or harder to market today? It's easier to do marketing, it's harder to be effective at marketing. Marketing is everywhere. How many, when you were looking at a website, you don't even see the banners anymore? On average, 15 years ago, to get someone to buy, they had to have 4 exposures to begin the buying process. Today, it's 16. That's a lot of money in marketing like that, unless you find a way to break through. If you find a way to break through, it's a totally different game.